I truly believe that every leader should have a beginner's mindset. To me, I want to be surrounded by leaders that never stop learning, and
Wow.
especially never stop learning from their own group of people, from their own inner circle. There's
Yeah.
something so special to me about a leader that can continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to ask for help. Like you were saying in one of your incredible tips for balancing out before you burn out, a
Yeah.
leader that can ask for help, that shows me that they're growing. That shows me that they're learning. That shows me that they'll never stop growing and learning. And that's the
Wow.
kind of leader that I want to be in space with.
Hey, Entre Leaders. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another powerful episode of the Leaders Lab podcast. If you are new here, I am your host, Dr. Charity C. Campbell, better known as Dr. C, and I am a doctor of management, a world class millennial global leader, an academic professional, and a multi passionate entrepreneur. And right here in the Leaders Lab, we talk all things entreleadership, where we take entrepreneurship and leadership concepts and we marry the two concepts together. We also talk about communication skills and balance. Woo! Balance. Keep that word in mind today as a millennial professional. And in today's episode, our very special guest is here to help us understand how to use human design to support your business growth. Also, we're going to be talking about optimizing your energy so you balance out before you burn out. Woo! Every time I say that, when I look at it, I just get chills because it's so powerful. Optimizing your energy before so you balance out before you burn out. And also, she's going to be talking to us today about turning overwhelm into clarity. So, who is this beautiful soul? Her name is Megan Seamans, and she is a certified life and energy coach and human design guide. Megan supports women to tap into their magic and confidently lead their lives without people pleasing or doubt standing in the way. After navigating the loss of her brother in 2018, which led to massive burnout, she changed the way she looked at purpose. Now, she supports people everywhere to express their soul gifts and live by design. Entre leaders, please help me give a very warm welcome to our very special guest for today in the Leaders Lab, Megan Seamans. Welcome to the Leaders Lab, love.
Hello! I'm so excited to be here.
Listen, before I even pressed record, we have been getting into trouble already. I just love you, Megan. Your whole spirit and everything. You're just so amazing.
Thank you. That is quite the compliment at 7 AM. I will take that.
You're a good morning person to talk to because the first thing she said, she was like, I have my coffee. I am ready. Let's do this. I'm
Ready
just
to go.
like, I love you already, girl. So, Megan, you are here to talk to us today about a topic that is near and dear to my heart: balance. Helping us to balance out so we don't burn out. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably going to steal that. But I may quote you. I'm not even gonna lie. I may quote you somewhere one time. I heard after you quote somebody 3 times, say a quote three.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too.
After you quote somebody 3 times, you don't have to quote them anymore. It's yours. I paid my dues 3 times. You said it. Now everybody thinks it's mine. So I just keep it. So
Love it.
balance out before you burn out. I just
Yeah,
said it 3 times. I
it's
just said it three
yours.
times in one episode.
Words are words, so I can't claim them. You can take them.
So you're a team player. I'm not really at this time because I just tried to take your words. But anyway, okay, enough of us clowning around. Let's jump into our
Let's do
topic
it.
for today. So you talk about human design a bit. You're a
Mhm.
human design guide. First of all, what is human design? What is that?
So I always just say human design is every personality test you've ever taken put into one spot.
Okay.
And it takes all of your contrasts and pieces and parts and puts it together in this really beautiful, consumable way that's easy to take in. And literally, what
Okay.
it is It's the science of differentiation. So it's the study of how all human beings are made to operate different. And it
Oh.
combines several different things you've probably heard of before: astrology, the chakra system, the ancient I Ching, the Kabbalah. And it just brings this beautiful body graph together that tells you about the way that your energy is made to show up with the least amount of resistance.
Okay, okay. And so is human design a relatively new concept or has it been around for quite some time?
So it was created in 1987. So
Okay.
new-ish, newer than some of the things we have around
Yeah.
in this kind of self-help personal development world. I would say
Mm-hmm.
it's stepping into the spotlight right now, though. It's something that a
Hmm.
lot of more people are diving into, and it's just becoming more well known right now. Yeah.
Why is that?
I think people are just so interested to learn about themselves finally, which makes me so excited because I think that getting to know yourself is one of the best gifts that you can give to the world.
Ooh, absolutely. I completely agree. And
Yeah.
I think it's also the way to authenticity. How can you really be
Mm,
authentic with others if you don't truly know who you are? So does human design help with the road to authenticity or that journey to authenticity?
100%. That's such a great question. Whenever I sit
Okay.
down with someone for a human design session, one of the first things I say is, this isn't going to be new information. Human design is more like coming home to you. And there's so many moments
Wow.
when I'm sitting in human design session where people are, does everyone not do that? And I'm like, no, that's you. That's what makes you unique. And so it's this coming home
Wow.
to these pieces that have always been there. They've always been within you. And now it's just waking them up and letting them come fully alive.
I don't know if you are familiar with I guess you could say R&B singer. She's not really R&B though, but no, she's neo soul from back in the day. Lauren Hill. Are you familiar with Lauren Hill? She was, I guess she was gone for a while, but on Instagram, she had a video out that she was at a concert, just a not a big concert, just a real chill, small, intimate concert, and she was telling people that they were basically meeting the new her. That you don't know me. You think you know me, but you don't know me. And
Yeah.
how could you? Because I'm just meeting me. I'm just getting to know the real me. And she was so allow me to reintroduce myself. And it was her basically saying, this is the real me. This is my authentic self. I had to go through so many things to finally discover the real me. And when you were talking, and I said, is human design a part of the road to authenticity? It just made me think about that. And I'm like, so many people are just tired of being inauthentic. So many people are just tired of having to be someone other than themselves and or not knowing who they truly are,
Mhm.
wanting to know who am I really? What are my, I don't want to say superpowers, but what are my superpowers? What are my strengths?
Yeah.
What am I good at? What are my talents? And so, as a human design guide, do you come across this often?
Oh, yes. 100%. People are trying to reawaken those strengths, trying to reawaken. I love the word superpowers. And what I find so often as well is they're looking for it in this boxed kind of definition. The
Ooh.
definition that we're taught in society and in school, you have to
Ah,
look for your strength in this major in university, and then you have to find your strength in a career. But that's not your
yeah,
strengths. Your strengths are
yeah,
actually within you. And when you can find those pieces, and you know those pieces, they're the
yeah,
pieces you remember when you were like a little kid, just fully owning with no barriers, no roadblocks, and it just feels you. That's your
yeah.
strength. It's not going to be
Wow.
something that is well written on paper in one word. It's
Right.
so you're so much more multidimensional than that. And
Yeah,
yeah, so 100% people are looking for those strengths. And when that light bulb goes off of, oh, I feel that, I
yeah,
know that, instead of,
yeah.
oh, I need to figure out how to do that. And I need to figure out what's the next step for me to make that happen. It's just a knowing. And that's one of the most beautiful things to me.
I think something so one of the really insightful things that you said is that people try to define authenticity or their discovery of authenticity is still in a box. It's this boxed in discovery. You can't be wild and free while you're enclosed. You're
Ooh.
literally trying to find the greater part of you, but you're only doing it within given parameters. And
Mhm.
so giving people permission to step outside of that box, to really not just think outside the box, you really have to leave the box. You just, you know what, burn the box, for crying out loud. Just burn the box, because the box is always
Yes.
going to be there if you don't just really get rid of it. And
Yeah.
we have a tendency to go back to what was comfortable. We have a
Yeah.
tendency, after we've been inauthentic for so long, or we've been a certain way for so long, we've had a certain habit for so long, we tend to stay that way
Mhm.
instead of, or go back to that once we step out and we're, oh, this is too hard, or oh, I'm facing the ugly truths about myself, or I don't like this, so I'm going to just go back. It's a retreat mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wow. That's I find that so interesting.
Yeah, and you said something in there too, you can't be wild and free while being caged in, I think is what you said, and it's
Yeah.
oh, that's so true, and so many people are seeking freedom. They want that freedom lifestyle. They wanna feel fully free. They wanna feel fully alive and still living in that box and still living in the, "How can I do it? How can I make this happen? What's the next step? What's the strategy? What's the secret formula?" And the
Yeah.
secret formula, you heard it here, the secret formula is burn the box.
Okay, you know what? Now I feel you're gonna be using some of this stuff, but you have to say it 3 times before you can take it. Okay. You have to Megan, 3 times.
Right.
My name gotta be on it.
All right, sorry.
Bef-
I will fit in burn the box 3 more times in this episode. That was 2.
That's sharing. Yeah, that's two. That's two right there. So I'm liking this whole idea of human design,
Mhm.
finding yourself, having this discovery, allowing it to be a part of your process or your journey to authenticity. Now, from a leadership standpoint, how can human design strengthen our leadership skills?
I believe it's everything we were just talking about is
Hmm.
when you can fully be yourself, you can
Mm,
lead from this place of not ego, not I can do it better than you and that's why I'm the leader. You can truly lead from this space where you see I'm me, you're you, and you can
yeah.
fully own your strengths while still letting other people fully own theirs. And I
Wow.
think that's something that makes an incredible leader, someone that can be fully themselves and have space for other people to do it differently than they do because we're all made to operate different. We're not made to be clones, all doing the same thing, moving through the same motion. And we all have incredible gifts to give to the space. And so I believe that when a leader can fully own that and show up in their spaces from that space, that's such a gift to their community.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. So, in terms of, I really, I feel it's time. I want to go talk about balance, because I want to balance out burnout. Okay, I really
Yeah.
want to get to that. And I briefly read over your story about how your brother passed away in 2018, and even though it was 4 years ago, it's still, I can imagine that it could still be just as hard to deal with now, because losing someone is never hard. Never easy, excuse me. It's always
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it caused you, or it led to massive burnout. Was
Yeah.
that the first time you ever experienced burnout that before?
Yeah, I would say it was. I spent a lot of time prior to my brother's passing building a
Hmm.
really beautiful life that I loved, which I didn't think was possible for me. And
Oh,
I
wow.
did that very much on the external, not paying attention to what was going on internally. And
Ooh.
that's what led me to burnout. So, yeah, it was the first time I can remember experiencing it at least.
So what did you have fixed symptoms,
Mm,
or did it just sneak up on you and was like, bam, burnout, paralysis, can't do anything.
yeah.
You're so exhausted, tired.
Yeah.
Did you see signs?
I call 2018 the freight train year because I feel it literally just felt a freight train just came out of nowhere. I was just living my life. And then all of a
Wow.
sudden, life happened. And that's how life happens, right? The things that grief, loss, whatever it is you're navigating, you don't plan for those things. They just
Right.
happen. And if you're not
Right.
paying attention to what's going on in the internal world, that's when you hit burnout. And so for me,
Wow.
it was this moment of life happened. My brother passed away at the same time. My boyfriend lost his business. So we're both
Wow.
navigating. I'm navigating grief. He's navigating the loss of his business, which is grief in its own
Yeah.
way. And
Yeah.
then together, we're trying to be humans,
Yeah.
still love each other through it. And that's hard when you're
Yeah.
going through these hard seasons. And so there was just so much going on that I just felt like life hit me and I can't do it anymore. I don't have
Wow.
the energetic capacity to sustain what's happening right now.
How long did it take you to become balanced again
Mm,
or to find your balance? Because maybe you weren't balanced before, right? Maybe you weren't
sure.
balanced before, actually, if I think about it. So maybe you weren't balanced before. So how long did it take you? What was your process? So I feel like I'm
Yeah.
asking 5 different questions all in one, right? So let me just see. First question.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to go from burnout to finding your balance? And the second question was, so how long, what
Mhm.
was it for you?
Yeah. Okay. This is a great question. And how long? I'm going to give a, we'll see how people this answer. It might not be the answer you're expecting, but
Okay, brace my look. Let me brace myself. Okay, Megan, I'm ready. I'm holding on. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about how long did it take? And was it a month? Was it 3 months? Was it a year? And I think the real answer is how long did it take me to go from burnout to balance out? It was one moment that I decided I'm not going to do this anymore. This is not, I'm not going to live my life this anymore. So it took one moment to decide, no, I'm not going to live on this place of burnout anymore. And you're right, I was experiencing like I was not living balanced out before. I might have thought I
Mhm,
was, but that's the thing
mhm,
about living off balance is I think the biggest problem when we talk about balance is most people are living unbalanced and unaware. And so I was just moving through life on autopilot and I thought I got rid of autopilot when I built my business and started living life that was more on my own terms, this really external freedom. But the truth was, I was still living on autopilot. I was still trying to operate other people and trying to keep up with who knows, all of society, trying to keep up and keep my life together without paying
mhm.
attention to what actually was going on internally. So this burnout was coming. It just took this life moment that knocked me off really fast and hard. And then it was one moment where I decided, I'm not going to do this anymore. We're going to figure this out. And then from
Mhm.
there, it was an intentional decision to balance out in each moment. And I still choose it
Wow.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you said some people may not like that answer. I love that answer.
Yes.
'Cause basically you're just saying, it I can't give you a chronological, time frame because it was really made within a decision. It was a moment, it was a decision, and I believe it was Steve Harvey a long, long time ago used the quote, and it was probably honestly, Steve Harvey probably used that 3 quote rule. Say it 3 times and you take it, because I know he heard it from somebody else. But he said change happens the moment you decide to.
Yeah.
Change
100%.
happens. Anything can, and I'm sure somebody else said it. It could have been somebody back in Aristotle day or whatever. It's a long time ago. But if you think about it, thing can happen. Transformation can happen the moment you decide to. You could quit smoking, you could quit drinking, you could decide to lose weight. Anything, the moment you make a decision is the
Mhm.
moment that things change. It's the moment
Yes.
that things change, because usually things change here. Things happen here first. They happen here first. And for those of you who are
Yeah.
listening on the audio version, I'm pointing to my head and my heart. They happen in those places first before we see the physical manifestation of it. So I love that answer. I
Yeah.
really, but I fully expected number. I was fully expecting, oh, it took 2 years, a year, whatever. And she was like, it was a moment. And
Yeah.
even with a moment, I think it's very important for us to not compare our moments to someone else's moment,
Mhm.
because depending on who you are and your personality, or the level of trauma or the situation,
Mhm.
your moment could be a couple of years,
Mhm.
whereas someone else's moment could be within a matter of days or within a matter of hours. And so I don't want you to look at someone else's moment that may have been shorter than yours and you think that there's something wrong with you because your moment took a bit longer. Megan, I don't know. What would you say to them? Because you've had moments, we've all had moments, right? To where we had to sit back and then make a decision to move forward or not. But what would you say to someone who they're my it's taking me much longer to get through this or pass through this, much longer than what I anticipated. So what would you say to them?
Yeah. I think you're so spot on. And how often are we looking for that timeline? We're like, just tell me, is it going to take 6 months? Is it going to take 1 year? Is it going to take 5 years? Just tell me the answer. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, whatever your timeline is, that's there for a reason too. You're picking up wisdom, you're picking up lessons, and it's the journey that builds wherever it is you're walking towards. And there is no final destination to your goals,
Yeah.
anyways, because what happens when you get to that goal that you're going towards? Do you think you're just going to, that was fun. I guess
Yeah.
I'm good now. You're gonna have something else to go after. And so it is each moment that you're walking on your journey. And I
Mm.
talk a lot about collapsing timelines or making things manifest in rapid speed. And I always say it's not actually about time, it's about letting go of time completely, bringing yourself
Ooh.
present and being in your journey because the physical manifestations are happening all around you right
Yeah.
now. And the more we
Yeah.
try to see, oh, it took them 1 year. Okay, I'm going to go for it in 1 year. We miss
Yeah.
everything that's happening in front of us if we're constantly
Yeah.
looking towards that 1 year, 5 year, whatever it is. And bringing yourself present,
Mm-hmm.
noticing your journey and owning your journey because your
Mm-hmm.
journey is special for you and it's here for purpose.
Do you see how she just gave that beautiful explanation? That's why I feel like I should ask her to say something to you who's listening or watching right now, because she just came in and she just polished it off. She just made it very, very pretty. That's what I wanted her to do. That's what I wanted her to do because it's so
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
Your journey is your journey.
Yeah.
And also never let somebody make you feel bad because you are going at the pace that is required for your journey.
Yes.
Everybody's oh my gosh, girl, I felt that one.
Big yes to that.
I literally felt that. And I think I'm talking to myself.
Mhm.
Charity, don't make yourself feel bad for going at the pace that your journey requires. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel it all over again because why are we so mean to ourselves?
Yeah.
If we're especially if we're talking about human design, going through the whole process of discovering who we truly are, I think
Mhm.
a lot of the times we don't give ourselves enough grace. We're really mean to ourselves often. And I know for some of you, I can hear you be like, not me, I love myself. Okay, but make a mistake. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make a mistake. One that you feel other people would disapprove of and you care about maybe those particular people's approval or what they would say, you would beat yourself up about that. I don't
Mhm.
know. We have a specialist here. We have an expert here who can help or correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. Megan, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think that doubt is part of the human process. We're always going to have doubt in our mind. That's how we create new solutions. Nothing new has ever come alive without doubting the old. So we're always going to have doubt. That doesn't mean that doubt has to turn into self beat up though, right? We can acknowledge that doubt is here. I heard I'm going to do the steal a quote thing because I have no idea who said this, but I heard one time true self love isn't self love if you only love yourself during the rainbows and butterfly kind of seasons, right? True self
Wow.
love is when you can love yourself through those seasons of doubt and meet it and say, okay, I see you, doubt. I see
Yeah.
you. I know you're here. And I'm going to take the driver's seat for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Listen, I had to okay, listen, Megan. I told you before we started that you were going to take us to church on some parts and you just went there. And so you have to give yourself grace. And you said doubt is a part of the process, that journey.
Yeah. It's literally how we create solutions. There can't be something new unless we say, oh, that's not working. I'm doubting how that's working.
Yeah.
And then we
It was,
create a new
yeah.
solution from there.
That happens to me a lot. My authentic self is amazing. Do you know how many times?
Yes, that is self-love right
Megan,
there.
listen, Megan, my authentic self says some really good things.
Yeah.
But then the me that I be listening to often, the one that I'm just like, girl, you tired. You've worked a lot today. It's time for you to take a nap, okay? Or
Yeah.
do something. I love that. But your authentic self is the one that surprises you. It surprises you with how, the skills, the talents, the abilities that you didn't even know you had until you begin to really discover that.
Yeah.
That it's the discovery part that's so necessary. What would you say to someone who is a bit lazy, they don't want to go through the discovery process because they think it will take too much time, or
Mm.
they're too busy, or really maybe they're just not as interested as they should be in going through this discovery process of human design, how to get to know their authentic selves?
I would say two things. One, I would say the great news is being authentic and discovering yourself actually doesn't take a lot of effort. Because I've said a couple of times, it's all within you. And we're
Uh-huh.
over here talking about the words are just coming out. They're just
Really?
coming out. It's no effort. There's no
Right.
effort behind it. So the
Right.
great news is it doesn't take a lot of effort to be fully authentically you and to wake up
Yeah.
yourself. And then the
Yeah.
second thing I would say is, what are you afraid of discovering? If there's something in you that's, I'm too busy, I don't have time for that. There's also something in you that's, I'm not making that a priority. I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
And so, what are you afraid of finding out? What are you afraid of uncovering? That would be the
Wow.
question I would dive into.
That. What are you afraid of discovering? Are you
Mhm.
afraid of discovering that you're really good? Some people are
Yeah.
actually, instead of being afraid of failure, people are actually truly afraid of success.
Yeah, 100%. And when we live in that cycle of burnout too, or sorry, not burnout. When we live in that cycle of burnout, we live in the cycle of busy, is what I was going for. We live in that cycle of busy and we wear it as this shield. It becomes natural to us. And there can be this fear of what's going to happen if I let that go? What's going to happen if I stop being busy? What's going to happen if I let the burnout go? Can I still be a success? Can I still be happy? Can I still have all this stuff in my life if I let that go? So even though the thing that's in your life causing pain, burnout doesn't feel great. Even though it's causing pain, there's a part of you that's, I think I need that for some reason.
Wow. So it craves the thing that's killing them. Burnout is the thing that is killing you. Maybe not physically. In some cases, yes, but maybe not physically. But it's some part of you is just, I could just die right now. If you're not living,
Yeah.
if you're not living, then you're dying. And that could be living your dream, living whatever it is, but dealing with burnout before burnout deals with you. That's what I be telling people. Look, you better deal with it
Yes.
before it deals with you. Dealing with burnout before burnout deals with you is so key to, I would say, true self-care. Because I actually did a series on authenticity, becoming your most authentic self, at the first quarter of this year. And with that series, I talked about how to be kinder to yourself, how to really discover who you are, how to pull out your fullest potential. Because when you aren't your authentic self, and when you aren't the best you that we need you to be, you aren't serving the people who are here for you. There are people who are literally in the world just because you are assigned to them. But we need you at your best. We don't need you burnt, and we don't need you burnt out. We don't need you burnt up. We don't need you wrinkled. We don't need you looking a hot mess. We need you at the top of your game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that? I felt you wanted to jump in there with me.
It's my favorite topic, so I'll always want to jump in there with you on
Come on in,
that.
tag. You're
Yeah, it's making me think too of when we people please and we try to do so many things for other people, and we think that's serving, but people pleasing is actually only serving you because you're, look at all the things I can do, but you're not
Yeah.
actually operating on full. You were just saying, we
Yeah.
serve people when we're on full, not when we're running on fumes. And so I just think everything you're saying is so important. It's so important to be filled up and none of the burnt.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, I'm not going to give my answer on this. I will ask you this. What are some ways that you can fill up?
Okay, I want to hear your answers as well. Of course, I think that the first way you can fill up is getting to know yourself. I think
Okay.
understanding your energy and the way that it wants to move
Mm,
is going to just naturally fill you up in an
yeah.
effortless way because, again, there's nothing extra to do. It's simply being you. And so I
Hmm.
think that's one of the best ways we can fill ourselves up. One of my
Okay.
personal favorite and simple ways is to go outside. We spend
Ooh,
so much time between four walls, whether you work from home or work in an office. And there is something about, there's truly a different energy outside and just
it is.
feeling nature, feeling your feet in the grass, hearing the
Mm,
wind, feeling the wind on your skin. And 2 minutes outside can rejuvenate you, can fill you up in, again, a really easy, simple way. Yeah.
yeah. She's not lying. Actually, as she was saying, talking about going outside. Now it's been raining nonstop here.
Mm,
And I the rain. I get inside. I love the rain. I love it when I'm inside.
yeah.
I don't want to go and sit outside in the rain because, why? Mosquitoes. This is Guangzhou, China. It's hot outside. Mosquitoes just be around. Hey, it's not rain can't stop me from biting you today. I don't
Mhm.
have the patience to deal with that. And they always come to me. So I enjoy the rain from inside. But when you said that, it just reminded me of the last time that I was so frustrated. I was really frustrated. The internet wasn't working. Thanks, China. The internet wasn't working right. I was trying to meet a deadline and I was really just
Mhm.
frustrated and stressed out. And I said, I'm not going to sit here and watch TV. Maybe I should just go for a walk. And I just got up and I went outside and I walked. And it wasn't even a full 2 minutes of me being outside.
Yeah.
And my whole mood started to lift because for me, it was just, I needed to see something different.
Yeah.
It's about that vision. I just needed to see something different to gain some clarity for a bit. And then when I came back, now here's the irony. When I came back, my problem still wasn't fixed, but I had a different attitude towards it. The internet was still messed up, but at least I just got my walk in and I was listening to music. So I
Mhm.
felt okay. I was okay. But so I
Yeah.
love that you said going outside. That definitely can help.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And you touched on something really important in that response as well, of literally just changing your environment sometimes can do it.
yes.
So if it is raining, even just get yourself into a new room, get yourself
Yes.
into a new space, look at something different because we
Yeah.
get so, if we think about like what our mind's doing when it's trying to problem solve, it's one track, one track, one track. And then
Yeah.
we're also looking at all the same things. And
Yeah.
so to just shift our environment, it shifts what we're looking at, what we're seeing, shifts our perspective, and it truly does activate a different energy within us. If you think about just sitting in one room versus another in your house makes you
Mhm.
feel a different way. And so
Yeah.
different energies being activated as you move around.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you said you wanted to hear mine.
Yes.
Ways that you can what we say, ways that you can refill when you're burnt out, ways that you go. Okay. So I have quite a few. You want to hear all of them or just one?
I want to
You
hear
want to hear
all 100 of them. Yes.
Okay,
Let's go for
so
your current favorite.
my current favorite is getting help.
Yeah.
Getting help from someone who would understand or from someone who is they are they're qualified to help me. You are a human design guide. If someone needed help, they
Yeah.
could come to you. Mentors,
Yeah.
coaches, you when you are burnt out, you need to make sure that you go to the right filler station. And what I mean by that
Mhm.
is you think about it, if you're running on E. Some of you are running on fumes. You don't even have you're not there's no more gas in your tank. There's no more gas whatsoever. You're running on E. You're struggling, and it's you need to go to a really good refill station. Pull up to the best refill station, which could be a phone call, a Zoom call, depending on where you are. If you're in the same location or area as your mentor, as someone who is I cannot say this enough, someone qualified to help you. I'm not talking about it's great to talk to family, it's great to talk
Mhm.
to friends, but at the end of the day, you want to if you're truly burnt out, you need to seek help from someone that you will, and I don't mean this in the wrong way, but you will respect
Mhm.
what they say to you and not take it personally, because sometimes the type of advice that's needed to be given when you are burnt out is not soft or smooth. It might not be, oh, you'll be okay. It might be,
Mhm.
honey, you need to sit down. You're doing too
Mhm.
much. This is why you're burnt out.
Mhm.
You're trying to please people. You are doing the XYZ at work and then coming home and you're not taking care of yourself and all of those things. And if you're hearing this from someone who is close to you, family members or friends, that could actually cause you to be triggered
Yeah.
and you would respond in a negative manner. And it's just like, nope, go to someone who, regardless of what they say, you still respect them enough to adhere to it.
Yeah.
That's one of the For me, that's one of the biggest things to refill. And then also too, I really what Megan said about finding ways to spend time with yourself. For me,
Yeah.
I do this thing here in China. There are there's no bathtubs in the homes. You could order one, you could buy one, but it's really weird. So no. Okay, no. I'm not about to be laying in a big bucket. I refuse. Okay. Give me an actual bathtub that made out of some cement or some that's going. I don't have time for that. Okay. So breaking down in the middle of my anyways.
Oh my gosh. Great
But
image
no,
right now in my head.
I I'm just saying these little fake tubs. But so one of the things that I do is I schedule a getaway weekend. It's nothing
Mm.
fancy. It's nothing fancy. It's just choosing a hotel
Yeah.
that is clean. Okay. Choosing a hotel that's clean, that has a good view, and that has a bathtub.
Yeah.
And I take some Epsom salt, I take apple cider vinegar because, oh, believe I'm going to do a detox bath, okay?
Yeah.
I
Love
take
it.
candles, I take what's this essential oils, and I take bubble bath.
Yeah.
And I put all of that, and I don't take my phone into the bathroom with me. I leave it
Mm.
out. There might be a movie that's on that I can see because of the view. And in China, it's really one of the I don't know if I want to call it, no, let's not say it that way. It's They have see-through glass from the bathroom to the area where the bed is. So yeah. So if someone is in the bed portion, they can legit just watch you while you're bathing. How I'm not even going there. But anyways, so if you have and most of the places are that. So if you have that, then you can
Yeah.
just turn the TV around so you can watch TV while you're taking a bath. So
Right.
I do that, or I will listen to music or read whatever. But I make
Mhm.
sure that I refill. And I
Yeah.
have to do that by taking care of myself. Because again, the people who need me, my students who need me, my
Mhm.
clients who need me, my audience, like you all, my DCTV fam who need me, you don't need me dry. You don't need me empty. You need
Yeah.
me at my best. And those are just my top two ways. There are so many others, but those are just my top two ways. How about you? What are your top two ways?
Oh, those were so good, and you're so right. I'll never not have a coach. There's something so special about that.
Yeah.
And when I think about what you were saying with taking a little staycation, taking a bath,
Yeah.
it was making me think about, yeah, one of my favorite ways is connecting back to my body. And that might
Mm.
be because burnout, overwhelm, all up here. Our mind is
Yes.
spiraling, right? It's like
Yes.
spiraling, it's telling us all these stories. And then on top of it, it's, by the way, did you remember you have to do this? And did you forget about this
Yeah.
appointment? Our mind is just spiraling when we're in that state. And so
Yeah.
finding something to connect from neck down, we have the whole body under here. And so whether it is, I'm known for 30-second dance parties, literally just shaking the energy out of you, moving your body, just putting my favorite song on and just running around the house, dancing around the house, and just
Yeah.
moving my body. There's something so
Wow.
special about getting that energy moving. Because when you think about when you're stressed, you're usually tensed up and your shoulders are up, your jaw is clenched. And so to be able to move your body, that's one of my favorite ways. Whether it is
Okay.
dancing or if I'm not feeling the super high energy, then even a walk we were talking about earlier. But
I like
moving
that.
my body, getting out of that tensed up state. Uh,
Wow.
and then I would say the second is something that brings me pleasure, something that brings me joy,
Yeah.
breaking up that kind of very serious state and doing something that just feels joyful, whether it's doing a staycation or going to get a donut at my favorite cafe.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned donuts because I was thinking food.
Yes.
Obviously, I was thinking food, and I was like, I wonder if she would say food. And then you said donuts, and I was, yeah, that's my friend.
Eat the donut.
Yeah.
It's good for your mental health. No. But yeah, okay, food, yes, and fully experience your food. Because
Ooh.
those times when we're in burnout, busy, we're like, go and I'll just
Yeah.
like scarf a meal down really quick. We're not even like
Yeah.
tasting what we're eating.
Yeah.
So that's something simple you can do. There's literally mindfulness moments all around us we can do that we're already doing. So slow down, taste your food, experience the full meal. Slow down in the shower, experience the shower
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
thinking about the 27 million things you have to do. Even this, we're just coming up with a whole list of ideas of
Yeah.
how you can beat burnout here.
I
What are
love
you
it.
already doing in your day that you can slow down a little bit and just be present with?
You know what? This is at this point, we just gave an entire checklist of
Yes.
ways to, we just gave an
We
entire
so
checklist
did.
of ways to, what do we call it? Not avoid burnout, but ways to recover from burnout. What do we want to call it? Refill? I don't know.
This is how you balance out before you burn out. Yeah. Tip the scale.
Megan, yes, love it. Ways to balance out before you burn out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just tell you right now. This needs to be, we need to co-author this. We need to co-author this right here. I just want my name on it. I just want
I
my name
think
next to yours. That's all.
we could I love it, but I'm feeling we could come up with like 365 ways to balance out before you burn out.
No, stop playing. I'm so serious.
That's you
That'd
heard
be
it
so.
here first.
Listen, we're going to do it and you're going to buy it. I'm just telling you right now. We're going to do it and you're going to buy it. Between her family and my family, all of our
Love
audience, you
it.
guys are our family, our community. The two of us, we're going to come up with 365 ways to balance out before you burn out. And we're going to turn it into an ebook or a guide. Maybe we can create a checklist that will give you a little taste just for free, but that will be only the ones that we've already mentioned today.
That's what you think.
Hey, and all the rest of them that you know you're going to want, because we just gave you some valuable stuff here.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, I know you're going to want to hear so and read and all of the good things. Megan, we got this for you all. Don't even worry about it. Megan and I, we got you. We
Love
got you.
it.
Oh man, that's wow. 365 ways to balance. This is so awesome. And then we're going to release it because this will probably air, I think, close towards the end of the year.
Okay.
This episode will probably air closer towards the end of the year. So we're going to create this whole thing and then we're going to hit you all in the face with it for Christmas.
I love it. I love it.
We're just going to hit you in the face with a snowball. But bam, 365 ways to balance out before you burn out with love. This is what we're doing.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. Look at us, Megan. We just came up with that's fire. You know that, right? This is fire.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we knew that coming in. We knew there was going to be fire in here.
We literally said that this was going to be an amazing episode. And now it's just crazy. Just crazy. And I can't even believe that it's been 50 something minutes. This is ridiculous.
So much gold.
How is that even possible? There are some, and I'm sorry to say this, and for those of you who are listening, if you are a previous guest, I apologize. Hopefully this was not you. Okay. There are some people that I interview or that come on the show and I'm watching the clock. I'm just, only 7 minutes. This is, this is great. Okay. I got to ask a lot more questions. And then there are those, Megan, when you get them up here, it's almost an hour.
Yeah.
But we just started this thing. We just got the party started.
Yeah.
So, Megan, that just means that you're going to have to come back for season 3.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Megan's a part of the podcast besties now.
Love it. That's amazing. I know. I am truly feeling the same. How did that time go by?
No idea.
So much goodness.
No idea. And then seriously, we are going to be working on that 365 ways to balance out before you burn out. So you guys will be seeing Megan and I just get used to all of this goodness. Okay. Because you're going to see us again and she's going to be back in season 3 and we're going to do some good projects together. And I just think it's going to be really awesome. So Megan, before we close out, which makes me sad, before we close out, I have to ask you the question that I ask every guest that comes to the Leaders Lab. What is the number one characteristic that you believe every leader must have? This means no matter the industry, no matter the profession, no matter the age, no matter the cultural background, no matter the experience. What is the number one characteristic that you believe every leader should have?
I truly believe that every leader should have a beginner's mindset. To me, I want to be surrounded by leaders that never stop learning. And especially never stop learning from their own group of people, from their own inner circle. There's something so special to me about a leader that can continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to ask for help. You were saying in one of your incredible tips for balancing out before you burn out, a leader that can ask for help, that shows me that they're growing. That shows me that they're learning. That shows me that they'll never stop growing and learning. And that's the kind of leader that I want to be in space with. That's the kind of leader that I want to be as well. So yeah, beginner's mindset.
Never had that answer.
Ooh,
ever.
Love it.
The only one who's ever said that. And this is the second season. And I've literally never had anyone say that. That is powerful. Having that beginner's mindset, the kind that is eager to learn and discover new things and never gets too complacent to be like, I've learned everything now. Woman, you're a genius.
Thank you. Right back at you. You bring it out in me.
Listen, tell our audience today, how can they connect with you? Because I know they're going to be, Megan is amazing. We want to connect with her. How can they connect with you?
Yeah, you can find me on my website, meganseamans.com. There's a free gift for you right on the homepage there. And you can also, my favorite social channel is Instagram. So come find me on Instagram. Tell me your favorite takeaway from this episode. And it's at Megan Seamans. Super easy. My name, you'll find me pretty much everywhere.
Awesome. I love it. That is the power of branding. Okay. You just have it. For me, mine is at DrCharityTV everywhere. You guys know that you can. So hers is at Megan Seamans. Mine is at DrCharityTV. Make sure you guys connect. And she said, leave a comment. Go to, hey, I'm here from the Leaders Lab. I was there and I heard you just having way too much fun with Dr. C. You guys just became besties and I'm a little bit jealous. Whatever you want to say to her, it's perfectly fine. But let her know. Just let her know that you found her content valuable. And you're going to be seeing more from us, especially around Christmas. We're doing that.
I love it. So put it on your Christmas list.
We're going Black Friday pre-order. Black Friday pre-order.
We're on it over here. We came up with, what do you think we came up with? 5 or 6 in a couple minutes?
It was close to double digits.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, if we literally sat down probably for an hour, we would have everything. We would have 365. We would have the introduction. We would have the summary. We would have the conclusion, everything, the cover. It would be done. Guys, we're going to have it ready for you. I'm so serious. And I can't wait for this episode to air. And then at the end for us to actually show, for to come back in and there's this actual commercial. This actual commercial that just shows it. It's like we said it, maybe had said it jokingly, but no, it's not a joke. It's a real deal. We're totally going to do this because we're going to get these coins as a result.
Those are the best nudges to follow when you're, oh, I said that out loud, but that actually could be a thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing now. It's totally a thing now. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a great Christmas gift to us because we've done it. And it's definitely going to be a great, because during the holidays, people get burned out. People get stressed. They get overwhelmed.
That could be a whole other episode.
You're coming back anyway. Hello. You are totally coming back anyway. So at any time you want to come to the lab, I will get you a coat. I will get you a customized coat that says Megan was here. You can just wear it the whole time.
That's amazing. That is awesome.
All right. Thank you so much again, Megan Seamans, for being with us in the Leaders Lab on today. I hate for us to end this thing, but it's almost an hour now and it just doesn't feel so. This has truly been the highlight of my evening for you, your morning.
Yes, what a great way to start a day. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all of the conversation here.
It's my pleasure. And listen, everyone, you make sure that you go and you just bombard Megan's pages, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram. She's most on Instagram, though. Bombard her with love and support and let her know just how much you really appreciated her contribution to the Leaders Lab. And listen, I'm going to tell you, obviously you could tell I had a ton of fun today, but it was so impactful. It was very informative. And what you learn in the lab should be applicable to your life. Okay. What you learn, no matter the guest that is on, or if it's just me by myself, it's my goal to always bring you something that you can apply to your life so it can help you along the way in your journey to becoming a better leader. And so I hope that you were pleased with this episode. If not, I don't care because I am. Okay. I love it. This is probably one of my top 5 episodes for season 2. I love it. I love it so much. And listen, don't forget that you can connect with us everywhere at DrCharityTV. Got the handle. If you are interested in being a guest on the Leaders Lab podcast, don't forget that you can send an email to theleaderslab@DrCharityTV.com and someone will respond to you in a timely manner. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the Leaders Lab podcast. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and gently press you don't have to be violent and smash the button. You don't have to do all of that. Just gently press show me some love. Okay. And comment. Let us know in the chat how you how you've enjoyed the episode and share, because without you sharing, how else will I continue to help other Entreleaders all across the globe? I need you to help me spread the word and spread the Leaders Lab. So thanks so much for tuning in, my loves, and I will see you next week in the lab.
Thank you for listening to the Leaders Lab podcast. Visit our website at www.drcharitytv.com.